Assalamualaikum and welcome back to the channel Hum of Programming. In today's session, we are going to learn about arrays in PHP, right? So before getting into arrays in PHP, let me define you what exactly arrays are, right? So arrays are nothing but a collection of similar set of data items, right? Which is, consider an example of supermarket, right? In a supermarket, you can find set of items arranged in rack, right? So we can literally divide supermarket into n number of sections, which are nothing but n number of racks, right? So in each section, let's consider and divide the supermarket into multiple sections such as kids section, grocery section, and some miscellaneous sections like that, right? So here, take an example of kids section, right? So in a kids section, there will be a set of items that can be used or attracted by kids, right? Similarly, if we take grocery section, there will be set of provisions list, some groceries product, right? So in a grocery section, we can't find any stationery products or any set of kids items, right? So each individual rack will contain a set of products which are relevant to that particular rack, right? So literally we can say that each individual rack in a supermarket can be considered as an arrays, right? So this is a brief intro of arrays. So the basic two types of arrays are single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. So before getting into the types of arrays, let me define you the syntax of using arrays. So for that, take any text editor and create a new PHP project and save it in a folder called htdocs inside a exam folder, right? So here I am creating a new file with the help of the text editor Notepad++, and I am going to save the file inside the folder htdocs of exam, right? So inside htdocs, we have created a separate folder called PHP, right, which is PHP series. In that, I am going to create a file called arrays.php. So we can save the file. So we can create a simple PHP file with the core syntax, which is, right, we have started our PHP code. In that, I am going to create an array, right? The syntax for creating an array is variable name. So variable should start with the symbol $, right? So variable name is equal to array of elements. So here we can write any set of elements. So it can be an integer or it can be a string set of elements. So in this way I can provide values to an array, right? So this is a syntax for creating an array. Variable name equal to array of value. Variable name equal to array of values. Value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4 up to value n, right? So this is a base syntax of array, right? So we have learned how to create an array, right? Now we can learn how to access an array element, right? That is, for example, I want to generate the third element in an array. For example, in a supermarket, if you want to find a set of products which are available in the rack, you should go to that particular rack, that particular third rack, and you can choose any of the product from that particular rack, right? Similarly, if you want to access a third element from an array, how to access it, right? So we can learn about it, right? So to access an array, you can simply call the index value. For example, here our variable name is, so I am going to print the value of array index third. That is, I am going to print the third element of our array. Here, to print, we can use the echo keyword followed by the particular index, right? So here array index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and it goes up to n, right? So index is nothing but the starting value. So not a starting value only, the each individual value in which the position of each individual value is called as index in array. So that position value starts from 0, right? So here we can access the array element as array name of index value. So where this particular 0 is the starting index value. So if we want to print all the index value, we can have a for loop for that, right? So create an for loop $I is equal to 0 as the starting index value of array is n, I less than or equal to 3 I plus plus, right? So inside it we can print each element of arrays, right? So instead of providing 0 here, we can provide the value I, which is we have initialized the value of I to 0, and after printing the first value we will increment that particular I value, right? So now save the program and we can run this program, right? Before running the program, start the servers Apache and MySQL. So now in the browser we can type localhost / php cds is our folder and the file name is arrays, right? Okay. So we have missed the dollar symbol for the variable, just add the dollar symbol and here also add the dollar symbol, right? So now again reload the program. We can get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, which is array of 0 is 1. We can, if you want to determine the particular index value, we can provide array index $I, sorry, here we can use the dot operator, is again dot. So now save the program and run it. So if you want to add a break statement between the array index values, we can add it, right? So array index 0 is 1, 1 is 2, similarly it is coming, right? So in this way you can print or access the value of an array, right? So the array we have created just now is an indexed array, right? For indexed arrays, the index value will be automatically initialized, like, so we have provided $element equal to array 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it is automatically considering this particular 1 to be the value of array index 0, 2 to be the value of array index 1 and 4 up to 4 it is considering, right? So this is one way of declaring an indexed array. Another way is to, we can manually assign the index. So $element of 0 is equal to 1. We can assign the value for an indexed array manually also, right? So let's type some names, right? So you can print the values up to n number of indexes, right? So this is about your indexed arrays, right? So another type of array is associative arrays. So associative arrays are nothing but arrays which are associated with key value pairs. For example, again take a product from a supermarket. So when we take a particular product from a supermarket, immediately we will look at the price of that particular product. So here each product is associated with some particular price, right? So we can consider the product to be the key and price to be the value, right? So we can create a associative arrays as, so again we can remove these lines and create an array called product. Product is equal to, again we can use the keyword array of, right? So in the previous example we have provided some values, right? Like CSIT. In this way we have declared values, right? So to declare an associative array, what we have to do is we have to create a product name. For example, let the product be pen. So this is a key value, right? So this pen is a key which is going to associated with the value 50, right? So this is one value of array. So to add another value, we can again open double quotes and provide another value, sketches, which is going to be associated with the value of 100. So similarly you can create n number of keys and pairs, right? So to loop through an associative array we can use for each loop, right? So for each, the variable name, which is nothing but the array variable which we have created here. Our variable name is product, right? Product as, so we can write or loop this particular array variable as $p or any other variable you wish to use, right? Followed by the variable for value type, right? So here P is nothing but the array name, and similarly V is nothing but the value associated with each element of the array. So here we can again create a loop. Inside it we can print as $P, which is nothing but the product name here. Pen is of rupees. So we can use the dot symbol to print the value for that product, right? So which is here V, right? So we can close the double quotes and we can add some break statement here. So right, I hope this is clear, right? So to create an associative array we have to here there is no need of adding double quotes, right? So to create an associative arrays we have to create a key value pair, which is, if we take an example of supermarket product with price. So here our product is pen and the particular price of that product is 50. So pen can be considered as a key associated with the value of 50. So in this way you can create associative arrays. So now save the program and we can run it. So here the output is coming as pen is of rupees 50 and sketches is of rupees 100. So if you want to add any spaces between the values you can add it, right? So just reload the program. So in this way you can create a associative arrays. Another array type we have to see is multi-dimensional array. So till now we have seen the array with only rows, right? So we can also create an array with rows and column also. For that what we can do is we can remove these and again create a variable called product, which is equal to, we can use the array function itself. Array of, we have to create, so let us have pen itself as our product, 50 and 150. So if there are two pens the value will be different, right? So this is one particular array, right? After that again we can create another one array of sketches 50, 100. So these are, we are having two set of array, right? We have to create an array for these two, right? So here we have created a multi-dimensional array. For that, at the outer we have created the keyword array. Inside it we are having two number of arrays. So not only it is limited to 2, you can create n number of rows and column, right? So we can print this as, we can again go with the for loop. So to index rows and column, we need to use nested for loop, right? So if we are going to print the value of row, we can have a for loop of I. To print the value of column, we can have the for loop G. Inside that I for loop, right? So as usual, let's assign the value of I to be 0 and similarly value of I to be n value, which is nothing but the length of the array, right? So here we are having two set of arrays, right? So alternatively what we can do is, we can also calculate the length of that array using a function called count, right? So we are having a function called count of respective variable name. Here our variable name is product, right? Length equal to count of product. So dollar I less than or equal to or less than length, right? So we can increment I value. So similarly, we can create another one for loop inside this for loop as J, right? Dollar J is equal to 0. Dollar G again less than length minus 1, right? So dollar G plus plus, right? So here what we are going to do is, we are going to print the value, right? So our variable is dollar product of I comma J. So here I is the row and J is the column, right? So now save the program and we can reload the browser, right? So we have missed the dollar symbol, right? Pen sketches, right? So in this way we can have the value of our each array element, right? So this is about creating and accessing the array elements, right? So if you are having any doubt in this, post your queries in the comment section and I will reply to each queries, right? So with this we can conclude this session, and in the next session we can create and learn about form processing in PHP, right? Until then, stay tuned with Home of Programming and subscribe to our channel for getting live updates regarding programming. Thank you.